The Seattle Seahawks just flipped the script on the NFC and almost nobody saw it coming. This is not the old grinded out group. This is a team that walks into tough nights and takes control. They are sitting at 6-2 on top of a wild division, and the mood is different. It feels like the start of something bigger, the kind of rise that sneaks up on the league and then refuses to fade. If you think this is a hot week glow, look closer. The signs are all over the field. Here is the twist. The offense finally matches the ambition of the defense. Sam Darnold is not just steady, he is fearless and smart at the same time. Third downs feel calm. The ball finds space. Jackson Smith-Njigba keeps winning clean routes outside and in. Tight ends punch in the red zone, and Clint Kubiak keeps defenses guessing with timing and play action. Mike McDonald's group squeezes running lanes, disguises coverages, and turns quarterbacks into quick decisions that they do not want to make. Put it together and you get a team that can win ugly in Houston, explode on a short week, and close the door when the moment matters. What nobody is talking about enough is why Darnold looks reborn here. The journey explains the jump, and the fit makes it real. He learned the hard way, then learned the right way, and now he has the coach and the play caller who unlock his best reads and his best throws. The shocking part is how fast it has clicked. Stay with me, because next we break down the road that brought him here and the exact reason Seattle turned a risky bet into a franchise answer. But before we get into that, hit that like and subscribe button for more Seahawks All the NFL content. Can we get 200 likes on this video? Nobody expected Sam Darnold to look this calm and this sharp this fast. The path here was not clean. He walked into the Jets as a young starter on a team that was still finding itself, and every week felt like emergency football. He went to the Panthers and showed flashes, then faced injuries around him and a line that did not hold up. The story could have stalled there, but it did not. He kept stacking lessons and kept his confidence. The turning point came when he chose patience over noise. With the 49ers, he watched from the sideline and learned the details that do not show up on a box score. Footwork, timing, eyes. When to rip it and when to live for the next play. He worked closely with Clint Kubiak and built trust that still matters now. A year later, he proved he could run a grown offense and make full field reads. That stretch erased the old labels and replaced them with poise. Seattle is the payoff for that work. Kubiak now calls plays that suit his rhythm. Mike McDonald gives him a defense that steals possessions and a field that feels shorter. Jackson Smith-Njigba wins early, the backs keep defenses honest, and the tackles protect the launch point. The result is a quarterback who looks built for this city and this scheme. If you want to see exactly how the system lifts him, stay right here, because next we break down the offensive identity that turns calm reads into big plays. Seattle Seahawks found an attack that feels simple to watch and hard to defend. The look is heavy, the motion is constant, and the snap timing keeps defenders guessing. Safeties creep down and the ball suddenly goes over the top. Corners sit deep and the backs press the edge. It is calm on the surface and sharp underneath, the kind of structure that lets a quarterback play fast without forcing throws. Here is the twist. Play action is the engine that turns small gains into big shots. Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet keep boxes honest, even when the gains are modest, because linebackers still bite on the fake. That half step is all Sam Darnold needs to hit crossers and seams in stride. Third downs feel like a test that this group enjoys. The route spacing is clean, the progressions are clear, and the ball finds the right window before the rush can close. What nobody is talking about enough is how the rhythm holds when the game swings. When Clint Kubiak stays aggressive on early downs, the whole plan opens up and the defense has to pick a poison. Keep that mindset and this offense can protect a lead without going quiet. Stay with me, because next we roll through the game moments that prove it, from quick strikes to long drives that broke opponents on the spot. Seattle Seahawks keep stacking moments that change the temperature of a season. On a short week, they smashed the Saints and never blinked. Then walked into a loud night in Washington and took the air out of the place before halftime. The Jaguars' test turned into a composed close where the final two drives felt like veteran work. Each spot asked a different question, and each time the answer looked colder and more confident. Here is the twist. Even the shootout told the truth. Against Tampa Bay, the defense bent, yet the offense traded blows and stayed within one score to the final kick. Houston brought the opposite look, a slow grind where field position and patience ruled, and Seattle still found a way. That range matters in January because it proves they can win when fireworks go off or when every yard feels expensive. What nobody is talking about enough is how these games built trust in the pass game. Third downs kept moving, red zone choices stayed sharp, and the ball kept finding the right matchup at the right time. That rhythm did not happen by accident. It comes from targets who separate in tight space and finish through contact. Stay here, because next we break down the receivers and tight ends who turn smart design into clean explosives, starting with Jackson Smith-Njigba and the new depth that is stealing headlines. Seattle Seahawks just found a passing attack that feels inevitable, and it starts with Jackson Smith-Njigba. He wins before the snap with tempo, then snaps off routes that leave defenders chasing shadows. Outside or in the slot, he creates easy throws that turn into chain movers and sudden shots. The shocking part is how often the ball arrives on time in tight space. It looks simple because the timing is perfect and the trust is real. Here is the twist. Defenses try to squeeze JSN and somebody new pops loose. Torrey Horton shows veteran Polish for a young wideout, slipping into clean windows in the red zone and along the sideline. Tight ends add sneaky damage. AJ Barner boxes out under the sticks and Elijah Arroyo flashes down the seam. That mix lets Sam Darnold play point guard. He reads leverage, fires to space, and the yards come in steady waves without forcing hero throws. What nobody is talking about enough is how this group makes the call sheet bigger. Motion pulls eyes to JSN and a backside crosser opens. Heavy looks invite run fits and the seam rips behind them. Protect this chemistry and it will carry in cold weather and loud stadiums. Stay with me because next we shift to the engine that keeps it humming, the line and the play caller, and why staying aggressive turns good drives into knockout quarters. Seattle Seahawks win drives at the line first, and that starts with Charles Cross and Abraham Lucas setting clean edges so the pocket stays calm. A young guard like Gray Zabel is growing snap by snap, which helps the interior pass off games without panic. When the launch point is steady, Sam Darnold can hit his first read with pace or reset and fire without drifting. Protection is not just safety, it is the spark that lets timing routes arrive on the button. Here is the twist. Clint Kubiak changes the game before the snap. He uses motion to test coverage, shifts to force lighter boxes, then hits play action that freezes eyes for a heartbeat. Early down aggression keeps the script friendly. Short gains on first down pull the sticks close, and third and manageable becomes a repeatable win. The key is refusing to coast. When this offense keeps attacking on schedule, the defense cannot sit on tendencies, and the explosive plays arrive without risk. What nobody is talking about enough is how this mindset feeds the whole team. Aggressive calls help the pass game finish quarters, which gives Mike McDonald room to unleash disguises and pressure looks with a lead. Keep the pace, keep the pocket clean, and the opponent must chase. Stay with me, because next we step into the identity of this defense, how the coverages rotate late, and why their front turns good offenses into checkdowns. Seattle Seahawks now win games with a defense that feels one step ahead before the ball is snapped. Mike McDonald shows a light shell, then rotates late, and quarterbacks pause for a beat they cannot afford. Run lanes close fast, edges hold firm, and short throws get smothered by rally tackling. It looks simple on television, it feels like a maze on the field, and that split second of doubt creates takeaways and long third downs. The pieces fit the plan. Devin Witherspoon can blitz, cover outside, or live in the slot and punish routes. Rick Woolen has length to crowd windows, Kobe Bryant handles traffic inside, and Julian Love ties it together with clean angles. Up front, Leonard Williams and Byron Murphy collapse pockets. Uchenna Nwosu and Derek Hall heat up passing downs, and the interior stays sturdy so safeties can disguise longer. If Ernest Jones needs time, Drake Thomas and Tyrese Knight handle snaps without panic, which keeps the calls flexible and the tempo high. The scary part is how this group feeds momentum. A disguised look forces a quick throw, a tackle short of the sticks hands the ball back to Sam Darnold with a short field, and the stadium swings. Keep the disguises sharp, keep the pursuit clean, and this defense will travel in cold weather. Now the question turns to the bigger picture. The path through the NFC and the two fixes that could turn a great surge into a true favorite. And that starts right after this. Seattle Seahawks now sit in a spot that can shape the entire conference, and the clock is ticking. The division race runs through two showdowns with the Rams, a test of focus against the Cardinals, and a measuring stick game when the 49ers get healthy. Take care of the routine weeks, and the number one seed talk becomes real because a January in Seattle turns visiting offenses quiet and gives this defense the crowd it wants. Here is the twist. The jump from dangerous to favorite comes down to two simple habits. Protect the ball and lift the run game floor. Clean drives, flip field position, and a steady 4-yard diet on early downs keeps play action live all night. That combination turns third downs from stress into rhythm, and it lets Clint Kubiak stay aggressive without handing opponents short fields. Do that and tight fourth quarters tilt your way. What nobody is talking about enough is how close this is to locking in. Sam Darnold already plays with calm eyes, the receivers separate in the right places, and Mike McDonald's defense squeezes mistakes. If turnover margin climbs and the backs stack efficient carries, Seattle walks into January with home field within reach. Stay here because next we roll into player spotlights and matchup notes that show exactly where the Seahawks can gain the final edge.